There we go, there we go. Alright. So, since I most likely am at the final level, I was thinking let's just do this series in one big go. Yeah, I did. So I did read something. I'm not entirely sure, but I might have missed a weapon that I cannot get from here on. That might be like an extra weapon within, maybe within the bonus level or earlier. So probably fine, but I might see if I can see some video showing like how that one is. But yeah, a bit weird though, but I guess okay. Not too many games that I know that has like a weapon that is secret. In a kind of way, Doom Eternal had it. And that weapon, to be quite honest, wasn't worth all the troubles that you had to go to get it. But they showcased it, and you knew you could get it. And in this game, it's more like the only way for you to know. There we go. No, don't press that. Is, you know, the only way for you to know that there is a missing weapon is by going in and looking here, because as you can see, don't use the fist, but I have that. I have the Magnum, I have the SMG, I have a shotgun, I have a rifle, I have the grenade launcher, I have the nail gun, I have the plasma rifle, and I have the DMR. So obviously there is one missing here. And this also is funny that you get like the weapons kinda like in order. Like you get this one, you're thinking you should get an SMG, but you get a rifle. You get this later on, I believe. You get this one first, then you get this one, then you get this one, then you get this one, then you get this. It's it's a bit jumpy, but then you get this and this. But this secret and then this. Why is this at number 8 if this is like a secret kind of weapon thing? Why would that not be the last slot? To me that would make almost more sense. Obviously you can rebind it, but it's a bit weird how they order this. Why is this not number 8? Because if you don't remap it, it's gonna be a bit interesting that you like, wait a minute, do you get the nail gun and then the DMR, or do you get the plasma before the DMR? I don't know. But you might be like weird, like why do I jump over a slot here? Anyway, we're not gonna get that gun, unfortunately, because we are about to do the final kind of stage here. I have decent amount of ammo for most. And this is obviously another thing, right, that I mentioned. If we're gonna get an 8 weapon, looking at the weapon wheel, you know, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. There is a slot missing, so this one, like your muscle memory might or might not be affected as much, but add an empty space here, because when you get the final weapon, if you find it, these are gonna shift a little bit. No. The only strength to a weapon wheel is that you can quickly memorize it and get muscle memory, or that you can slow down and look at like icons to see. And again, I hope they changed the weapon icons, because this does not quickly for me symbolize what they are. This is easy to see what it is. This is so different, so you can easily get what that is. But the rest of them, like again this one and this one, if you just quickly open up, it's very hard to tell that this is the sniper rifle and this is the roaring cricket. And then even this and this one, right, this being the rocket launcher, they are very similar. which makes it quite rough to spot the difference. And the same with this one and this one. If you just quickly open up, if you want to swap weapon really quickly, it's very hard to tell by visually doing it. So how you're gonna do it is obviously, the more you play, you're just gonna be memorizing from muscle memory how you like move to the correct spot. And when you add weapons and you, instead of having empty spaces, when you just insert and it kind of shifts, you mess that muscle memory up, and it's I firmly stand by it that I think it is a terrible idea. And they really should add empty spaces. Right, we have full. Full and full. Yeah, I really stand by my thinking that the weapon wheel add empty spaces for weapons, and I would definitely rethink the icons here. If this is the early access, I hope they are gonna change the icons. This is not good. It takes too much time to just quickly see what it is. You can learn, of course, over time, but you shouldn't. It should just be super obvious. Just like here, it's very obvious that these are two different weapons. And it's very obvious that this one and this one is two very different weapons. And you see that by looking at them. But looking here very quickly, it takes a little bit of a time to do that. So yeah. Alright, we are... There we go. Oh right, I forgot, I don't think... Blue... Yeah, nothing that I really need here, so... Nope. Probably nothing by that place. Doo-doo. Did I get any coins? I don't know. It might not be any more like machines to buy or anything. It could just be a final boss or something. I don't know if it's gonna be like a level or what will be happening here. But I'm doing that so I can do quick load. Hello? Oh, here we... Oh my god, I did not see this little... Can I... There we go. So you get lots of HP. So yeah, I don't have any... Final weapon is not here yet, so... I'm probably not gonna be able to try that one out. Stop it. Yeesh, I do not like that. Way too aggressive there. Just the first time. Just way too easy to just get hit. I guess I missed. Alright, so you do get some cash, or there might be some kind of Gwyn machine or like it that's going to be some kind of little machinery that's gonna pop up here. Do you have a little bit of cash left that I... not cash, the kind of upgraded points things? I get railgun ammo. I might, you know, maybe you will get... find it naturally and the railgun will be like... something that you can enjoy in the DLC, you know? But if they went that way, I think they could have... maybe have even... like maybe even more guns not popping up until the DLC, like having spread them out a little bit more. Very empty area here. Lots of loud noises. Lots of HP though. For being so few enemies, there's a lot of HP here, which I find interesting. Oh well. Gonna save a lot so I don't have to walk or getting surprised by a sniper that just chunks a bit of my HP. I'm hoping there's gonna be like a final boss type here. We haven't had any boss yet. Like we have like the Juggernaut, but they are more just rough enemies. What the? Very weird. All right.
Just can't contain myself. We're all looking on my way. On my way.
Well, that took all my HP away, but alright. Can I go back and maybe get some HP up? It would take some time though. Probably not that useful to do that, but who knows? Let's just... Right, I could have used that one also. I haven't used the rocket launcher that much, or grenade launcher with the rocket launcher attachment. Let's go in here, see if we can get some HP or something. I have that one also. We have one little... Let me see. Right, so you... No. Right, so they kind of don't want you to go back to get HP. You could maybe like take this one, put it like that. But like, is it really... is it gonna be like really worth it going all the way back? I don't think so. This is more just to check. Right, there we go. You can, but it's probably not necessary to do it. Come on. You're probably just better off using your medkits or trusting in your 35 HP thing or life to do, and then go. So we have had those now, but no big bad boss type yet. Kinda very empty. That is so loud compared to like normal SFX here. A little bit of tweaking with the sound makes not a terrible idea. Probably gonna be snipers or enemy here, right? We have some HP. You get more cash. So I have not seen anything about this stage, so you know, I haven't watched ahead. I only watched a little bit of what I've already completed, so I don't know what's gonna be in store for me here. You might be able to build with this to get up that way. Might be a secret, might be nothing. We're gonna just ride this way. No real music, very quiet, ominous thing here. Just a little bit of that. Ooh, mines. So we might have more juggernauts or something like that since we get mines, or huge horde of enemies coming this way. Wait, is this where I've been or... Right, so here is why you get this money, so you can buy portal medkit, quick stim and stuff like that. And they don't need it, so... Right, I haven't checked into my little burger joint. Again, I have no idea why this is in the game. 18.4 billion. Lactic Consortium. Like... Yeah, no idea why you wanna have that. Right. But my little burger empire is going on there. Don't think that it has affected the performance for me that negatively. Yeah, that is still flickering. Lots of plasma and railgun and right. Hello. Definitely feels like they are winding up for something, but so far I've had several places where it has been like places like this where it felt like an epic boss battle or something would happen, and it never did. Maybe that is part of the early access thing, and it will be added bosses or something, but like these are just arenas that are made for something epic boss wise to be happening. Get a lot of these little crates. You don't really get any upgrades, so I'm guessing they pretty much want you to be all upgraded for this area. Maybe you will be able to upgrade some stuff in the DLCs, but for this part it feels like you're supposed to be all upgraded out of your mind. Oh, I forgot, did not want to mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Wrong gun. Alright, we can't do that. I don't even know how they melt me, but they do. Don't. I don't know. Like, they can outrun me so fast. Like, I'm not fast enough to get away from them. I really don't understand this decision for the speed and aggressiveness of the enemies. They say, just get it to cover. They are faster than me. I can't get any, like, that's what I don't like with this is I just can't get any breathing room from the enemies. Like, you're supposed to, like, get from cover to cover and everything, but, like, whenever I go for it, for a cover, they are right behind me. So that it doesn't really matter if I go for cover. What matters is just to try to find a choke point and the strongest gun I have. I would love this this combat if they just could stop zooming right by me. Yeah. Hey, different tastes for different people, but this is the only major point in the entire game for me. That they are super fast and they are super aggressive to flank you. Like, if they did stay longer at their cover, so I had more room to just swap away and then, like, think and see, okay, they are not right by me. Or if they were following me, but I could out dash them, getting distance from them, I would have liked it. But they super flank, so you know you can't really be in one place. And if I try to move, they are so fast that they can outrun me every single time. And I cannot get into this realm. You know, it's great for the people that do get in the realm. I cannot. That is the single thing that takes this from just being a mid-tier game for me to making it the top notch. Because in this style of games, the combat is the key thing that gotta be like the greatest driving thing, and if it isn't giving you that feeling, it's not gonna make it to the top. It doesn't matter how good the story and stuff is in a game like this. This is like the combat is gonna be the driving craziest thing ever. So yeah, this is just a mid-tier game for me, and that's my personal opinion. It makes no sense to me, this combat, and it's so funny when you're reading the developers, they saying that, well, we have people and they gotten into this game, they even completed it on the highest difficulty. Yeah, that's great, but what about the people that just to this day, before the early access hit, how did they do? Because anyone that plays a game, because this has been in development and still is for years, obviously they are going to get better. But How many playtesters did you have that did not have played the game at all before, maybe touched a little bit of the demo? How many did you have to playtest and get opinions on combat before releasing the early access, before making your claim that, hey, we have had many playtesters that struggle at first, but then they got it and then now they complete this on the difficulties? Because if I, just for some reason playtested this for a year or two, obviously I would get it better. I would find the weird spot and stuff, and I would get in to decipher the movement and the combat of the enemies. That is without a doubt. What I'm really curious is, again, how many different people did you have playtest this that have zero experience with this game before, just coming in here as like pretty much a first timer, and what feedback did they give from the combat their first time? Because that is going to be the most important thing, how it is the first time. Not if you can get to a certain point, how is it the first time? The first time I played Fear, it kicked my ass, but the combat felt really good. I felt that it challenged me. It felt that it was a good decision to get better. They moved in a good speed and everything, and I wanted to get more tactical. Here, I just feel like I cannot get this kind of like, what is exactly should I do better? I want to move from cover to cover. All right, yeah, I try that. There's an enemy right there when I am at that, because my movement speed and everything isn't really that fast. And if I dash to that cover, now I'm stuck at that cover because my dash has a pretty long cooldown. And there's enemies, and if there's multiple enemies and I go for that target, it's very likely that they are now coming from multiple directions to me. So that doesn't really work for me. Okay. Then you go for like, I want to pick out the enemies really quickly. In a way, that's good. The problem is that in like here, you have like 4 to 6 enemies pretty much kind of homing in on you. And it's either you're going to have to just utilize all of your heavy weapons to do that in a good way and leave you vulnerable if there is like one of the juggernauts. So it's like, do I really want to do that? Is that a good tactic? Because, all right, I take out the minions, but then I'm going to be in a shit position for the heaviest. So that is like, many times it's like, okay, I don't know if I've utilized that tactic a little bit, but I feel like that's not really the good tactic there either. And yeah, I don't know. To me, this just doesn't make sense. And I'm really wondering how many people that play this for the first time with some decent FPS experience, that, little experience to medium or something like that, and that aren't like, in like the hardcore FPS that like plays all the time on like high or the highest difficulty, or have played this for many years. I'm really curious to see what their mindset was. Was it like, I got it, okay, this is great? Because I'm feeling that a lot of them might be in my position, like, okay, I don't really get it. I can somehow get by the fights, but I don't really get it. I don't get the oomph that I really want, like when I'm first coming into it. And the first fights, they were more fine. I could dash between cover a little bit. There were more enemies. They didn't feel as crazy. But as it progressed, that feeling kind of fades away for me. And yeah, I'm really curious to that. And, again, games doesn't have to be for everyone. But I'm wondering if you were to take people, that are new into the game, and if you ask them after 3-4 hours, how do you feel about the combat now? And I don't know, I'm curious. I wonder how many people that feel like, well, it's all right, it's fine, it blah blah blah, it might not be as balanced, I feel a bit too slow. How many of them that would say, oh, I love it, it clicks for me now? That I'm really, really curious. Because, the games that I love, it is Fear, it is Serious Sam, it's Doom, Classic, and it's Doom 2016. It's Doom Eternal. It's Turbo Overkill. There's a lot more of them. All of them had within the first 30 to 60 minutes, it's kind of clicked and it kind of expanded up on that. And here I am 14 hours in and it's just like, I don't get the click here. And in Fear, it was more trying to get a good sneak point and then unleash hell of them. On Doom, it's just blazing in. In Serious Sam, it's like, again, finding a little bit of good choke point, but also about just learning how to backtrack to the level and managing your weapons. Using the right weapon in the right situation on that place. And here it just... I don't see it. I'm trying my best. I really am. I just don't. I have no idea how to approach this. I don't know how to attack this. I could just do, obviously, you know. So now I just, you know, pretty much using my high-powered weapon in like a choke point. And here comes the Juggernaut. So now I just put myself in a little bit of a bad spot, you know? So how should I do this? Probably should not have done this, but we are. Too close. Alright, yeah, that works. Not in a good way, but it works. I'm too close to the explosion. Almost. there we go. Right, I have 2 health kits back. Again, yes, finding some weird choke point. It doesn't feel like rewarding to me, this kind of... this fight here. It didn't have the oomph that I would have liked. I don't know. It's definitely something that I feel it's... that is unfortunate for me. Again, it's great if it clicks for others. Yeah, I am curious, definitely, how many people it just clicked right away, without having, you know, playing FPS games on like the hardest difficulties, or like, whoop, boom, boom, or playing this game for many hours extensively for play testing on the demo or something like that. It's pretty much all just coming in fresh to this game, how quickly they just manage to just zoom into that kind of good combination of tactical and aggressiveness and stuff like that. Again, I'm not really like complaining about the game, even if it's like sounding like that. I'm more curious about like... it still is a great game. It's just, for me, it is mid-tier because it's not gonna click. If the combat hasn't clicked in 14 hours, it's just not gonna happen. And that's why I'm just curious to see for how many like percentage or whatever it really did click. Again, that has not playtested it just the first time they played, or like the first time they played it. Okay, that's unfortunate. Right, so that is gonna be either the ending of this this game that they might get within a year or so, or it might be part of the DLC. 15 hours for me, 9 to 12, so I did slower pacing than most average. Not even half the secrets, that's fine. Pretty good upgrades, definitely good with the data pads. Get all the clear areas there, pretty good on the cabinets. Yeah, definitely good here, good and fun. Lots of fights were fun, but that was mostly when there was less enemies like at once. Every encounter where they like came in a huge chunk, and especially when they came from all over you, those fights just it didn't speak to me. Didn't. And again, there are 2 routes. This if we were to just brainstorm, what if I were to like, oh, I could make this game fit me. There's 2 styles, 2 choices that might fit to me. Obviously, if I played it on the easier difficulty, it could have maybe worked. The problem with that would mean that like the fights didn't feel difficult, they just felt like not fun. Like, so it's like, I feel it's a bit, would have been sad, because most of the fun encounter I had that I enjoyed here would have been bad on the easiest difficulty, and it would only have maybe made some of the like the last part here, it would have just made it like, I'm not sure if it would have fit the style of the game to just for me to lower the difficulty. So 2 choices for me to like that I would have probably enjoyed. The main one would have been to have the enemy speed being a bit slower, and for them to not be as aggressive at switching covers and having less of them flanking you immediately, because that means that I can be by one cover and I can focus on one, and then I can, if I see the move, I can like quickly move to another with another cover. And if they aren't super fast, they mean that they aren't at that cover at the same time as me, meaning I have more tactical vibe to it for me personally. And that's the one thing, you know, to have, like, obviously you could also counter it with just making them two ways, like you can have them die quicker. I don't think that's necessary. I think it feels good, the amount of bullets they take. Or you can have them hit, like do less damage, and to a degree that would be fine for sure. But it's not the biggest thing. It is fun to have them hit hard so they feel dangerous. So I don't think that is what I would have changed. Again, I would have just liked more of a tactical feel, that they moved at my speed, because then I have the dash and I can get away from them, which means that it's fine. If they are by me, close to me, now I can dash away. I'm faster dashing, and then I can run, and we are at the same speed. It feels like they are double my speed. Even the biggest juggernaut, I feel like they, and with their jump, they like fly all the way from far away, all the way to you in your face, and then just can push faster than you are and corner you. So if they had like my base speed, some enemies might, like the spiders, be a little bit faster than me to give that kind of intensity that I'm getting chased by them. That would have been really fun. And some of the big guys, like the juggernauts, being slower than me, so they cannot. Their jump should still be fast for them to get close to me, but I can still kind of like outrun them. So meaning that they are slower than me, it would give in a very more tactical kind of fear vibe and whatever to it. Would have fit really good for me. That's probably my number one thing that I would have loved in this game, for me personally, to grasp the fighting. Then we obviously have the other route to go. Well, I guess for both routes, I would have liked if the reloading times and switching from one weapon to another would have been shortened a little bit. Not a huge deal, but a little bit. Because taking, like, since they are so fast, like, so the trying to swap to the shotgun when they are in your face, you're pretty much dead before that's happening. So if you, again, with this slower swapping speed, again, slowing them down and making them stay a little bit longer at their covers and stuff like that, that would have been fine. And if they move at my speed, when I see someone close, I can dash away, switch weapon, and retaliate in a more, for me, fluid way. But yeah, a little bit shorter, just when the animation from swapping, or the reload animation, a little bit shorter on like shotgun and some of them. Would have negotiated some of it also, but it's not, that's just something that is not super necessary, especially not if you were to tweak the enemy's behavior and speed. The other route that could have made this work, but it's not necessarily the route I would have preferred it to go, is obviously to make that you can kind of cancel out the reload animation, cancel out all of the animation by using you hot swap super fast. And like when you cock the gun there, the shotgun, like you swap the different weapon and you skip the animation, but you get the reload anyway. Making just switching super fast in kind of way, making your movement a lot faster, making the cooldown on your dash a lot shorter, and pretty much making this more of a super action game. But that again would only bring you to the enemy level, and I rather slow the enemy down than to speed me up in this game, because I like this kind of pacing. I think it fits good with bits of the puzzling and searching for the secrets. But yeah, obviously this is the game, the developers' game. They do whatever they do. It's a very highly liked game by a lot of people. But yeah, I'm definitely curious about if we take about a bunch of just casual FPS players or new FPS players, or like me that likes to play on normal, sometimes high, but mostly on normal FPS difficulty, and threw them into this game with zero experience of this game before. If they were to, like, within like 1 hour or 2, if they were able to say, I get it, this combat loop really speaks to me, it's fun and everything. I'm really curious if that is the case, or if this is more aimed at the ones that, one, invest a lot of time in it, no matter what. They are more of the people that just takes a game, and even if kicks their ass or it doesn't speak, they kind of like stick with it. They persevere in a different way. Or if we, if the more hardcore players, that just have faster reflexes and different style and like that. If we were to, I'm curious, like, if this is aimed more at that crowd and gonna speak more to that crowd, which is nothing wrong again. And every game is not for every person. And if, I still have had a ton of fun overall. It's very few annoying instances, but they have been there for sure. And it's always pretty much been through the combat. Very few, like, hardcore stuck. I got a little bit of lost a few way here, but very few times for such a detailed game with such a kind of big, huge, nice levels and everything like that. Yeah. Gonna stop here. Probably not gonna dive into this for a long time. Probably not until a DLC drops. Which is a shame. It is a shame again, because I loved the demo, except for the Juggernaut fight, because I think that is the kind of the first time you really experience the speed and the crazy damage thing they can do there. In that one, where it just kind of just starts kicking your ass in a different ways. But yeah, I'm not gonna dive into this. It's probably gonna be like, if it pops up on my radar when the DLC hits or something major that gets reported on, I might continue to it. And you can disagree for sure. I'm not gonna fight anyone who loves this game, I can see that. But I am very curious to see if, like, Doom 2016 or even Doom Eternal, I feel they speak to a broader audience. I think this kind of probably is gonna to maybe just be a bit smaller group of people in the end here. Because I can see many people starting this and just getting destroyed. A little bit like Doom Eternal, the Ancient Gods. That was not for everyone, because they ramped difficulty. Even the easy there is a lot of rougher than most FPS games out there. And I can see this being treated the same, that there's gonna be a group that really love that game, gets through that game, and gonna praise it up and even want maybe even more hardcore stuff. But the majority of FPS players, or maybe players in general, I think did not really love the Ancient Gods part there. Maybe they tweaked it by now, but they might have enjoyed the base game a lot more. And probably where this lands in kind of that territory, that if you aren't really a seasoned FPS player, you might not stick through this game. But I might be entirely super wrong, and this is early access, everything has changed, it can be tweaked, can add more difficulty settings and modifiers and whatever. But yeah, no more of this probably in a long time on my channel. Everything but the combat for me was top notch. I just could not really get into the groove of this combat, not like I could in Fear or Doom or Turbo Overkill. That those games clicked for me combat wise, and make top tier games for me personally. But this, you know, with everything being so great except the combat, you know, it just is a mid-tier game. It's still a ton better than Phantom Fury, which definitely for me is a low-tier game. And I played through that, so don't know how, but yeah. So that is the closing thing. Go check this one game out yourself. It's a ton of content for an early access. It is a fair price, and leave your opinion on their, you know, forum to help bring this game to all it can be. And again, you can follow Checkback for different content on my channel. Leave a like, a comment, or yeah, obviously a thumbs down if you just think this I was should not have had this personal opinion on this game. Definitely be free to do that. But yeah, that's it for this time. And have a great day, and bye for now.